Saw the money and got activated. Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm kind of starting this video out with no real purpose and like no real idea of what this video is going to really entail. But right now I'm going to start unloading the tools out of the hard body and the jack out of the hard body from the drift event this weekend, and start pulling the wheels off the front of the Cummins. I think Camden, the one with the C10 swapped Cummins, is on his way right now, and I think we're going to go rip some skids in the hard body. That's always fun, so maybe we'll get some good footage of that. I plan on going to a spot where we can get like some fast entries and like really put this thing to the test. Like, I'm actually kind of excited, but that spot I go to is kind of sketchy, and sometimes there's cars there, so there's a good chance we won't be able to go there. But if not, I have another spot, so we're gonna be doing that, and then just working on the Cummins. So okay, just got back from ripping the hard body. Got the dust cover off. Gotta undo this last bolt on the caliper, get that pulled off. I'm not even gonna pull the spacer off because there's really no point. Got the bearing off of this side. The race looks to be in really good shape, so I'm not really too worried about that. This stuff looks like a little rusty though, so I think it got a little water in the grease cap. It's not like actual rust, but you can see it's turning like a brown, so it's probably mixed in with a little bit of rust. So we'll get all this stuff cleaned up and get this thing back together. But I'm gonna make a separate video on how to pack the bearings and stuff, so it won't be in this video. It'll be in a separate video. But here's the big hub. Pretty much the only thing that you have to do to get this off is unbolt the caliper, which is a 13mm 6-point socket, and then I want to say, what size socket is this? A 35, but I think this is a little big, so 35mm socket to get the big nut off, 13mm 6-point socket to get the caliper off, and then this whole thing slides off. You'll want to watch the front bearing, it'll fly out, and this will fall out too. You just got to kind of carry it stable. The outer bearing looks to be in really good shape. I have packed this side probably a while ago, actually. I haven't repacked the bearings in a minute. I don't even know if I did that side yet, the driver's side, so I figured it's something we can do, like preventative wise, and make sure everything's safe, because the last thing I want is one of these bearings to go bad, or my like wheel to go flying off or something, because I've been seeing a lot of that lately. Like I said, the truck drives fine, it's just a preventative thing. So we're gonna get yanked the other side off real quick, and then I'll catch up to you guys. All right, we got this side off. The race on this side looks pretty good too, so you can see it's looking a little chunky, but this side just got like, it's all the power steering fluid that's been leaking, which is something that we've been waiting for winter to fix. Like, you can see how much it leaks, but we got to pull the steering shaft out to seal the pump or the steering gearbox, and we got to do that anyways to do the body lift, so that's why I've been kind of holding off on it. It looks like a lot of fluid, but it doesn't really run low that fast. But it gets everywhere, dude. It sucks. So yeah, it gets everywhere. It's terrible. So got that off. So I'm gonna clean this stuff up, put this stuff in the garage, and then that'll be it for this video. One thing, you don't want to mix up different sides, first of all, and you don't want to mix up which bearing goes on which side, especially if you're reusing bearings, because, you know, each one has different races and each bearing is kind of wore in differently. That's one thing you don't want to do. You do not want to mix up the bearings. You definitely don't want to mix these guys up or put the wrong bearings in this and this, vice versa. So even though both these bearings on both of these sides are equivalent to the same placed at the same exact time, you still want to mix it up. So I did notice that the bolt on this side that holds the hub on was a lot tighter than this side. This side was like hand tight, and this side was like I had to get the breaker bar, not the breaker bar, but like I had to get a wrench out to be able to loosen. I wasn't able to loosen it by hand. And that's normal. Like I believe the torque sequence is you tighten it to set the bearing, so you tighten it all the way up until it feels tight, and that sets the bearings. And then you go 3/4 of a turn back, and it's like usually leaves it about hand tight. So I'm gonna double check on all those specs because that was like 2 years ago I think I did all that. So that's pretty much it for this video. I do want to try and get some of these scratches out of the wheels. Like, they're not scratches, but it's like from wiping it with like a dirty rag kind of scratches, like little micro scratches. So I do want to try to clean those and get them a little shinier for both of these. Not really sure what I'm going to use to do that. Maybe wet sand them, I don't know. I don't know much about how to finish off chrome to make chrome look good with no scratches in it. Every set of chrome wheels I've had so far have had those little micro scratches in them, so I don't really know what to do about that. But yeah, guys, the first shin's in hover mode. We definitely are going to make a separate video about how to pack these bearings. I think this week we're going to do a double upload back to back because I know I have been slacking a little bit on good content and stuff, and I know this video isn't exactly the best either. So most likely we'll upload another video tomorrow going over how to pack the bearings for this, and then the next video you'll see after that will be at the King of the Streets. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna drop a couple clips when me and Cannon went out and ripped the hard body. That thing's just so much fun. Like, it's a blast and a half. So got a little wild in it, drove it through pretty much a field, slid it through a field, kind of, pretty much went off track a little bit because I'm not good because I've never driven on a track before. I can do donuts all day long, that's easy, but like trying to actually hold a consistent line and stuff, I'm terrible. So definitely gotta learn a lot. But I'll drop those clips in here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.
Priest up! Maybe get it spinning in first and then do it. Oh, there we go. Nah. Just need a little 75 shot of spray in there.
Yeah. Well, I think it needs a clutch too. So.
Oh. Jesus. It's on the grass a little bit.